knew that, okay, there was a warrant that he had, first thing that I was going to do is just to hand myself over to the police. So I wouldn't want to discuss something that I know it wouldn't benefit me with anything.
So you're confirming that he was not being truthful when he said this?
I'm not saying he was not being truthful. Maybe he's confusing the facts.
Okay, so you're not saying he's not being truthful, but you say maybe he's confused. And you say that you did not ask him. That's what you're really trying to say. You did not ask him about the attempted murder investigation.
I did not know that it existed by then.
Okay. So do you know when the warrant was signed?
Yes, I know.
When was it signed?
On the 13th of May, 2025.
Okay.
A day before I was arrested.
The day before you were arrested?
Yes.
Okay. So, on the issue of let me not go there because I know you're not going to answer about the contract. Let me go back to the question of the Nangi, which we didn't close, that Nangi docket, which we spoke about. Now, the Nangi issue came up in the meeting at the Pearls, right?
Yes.
And did you convey, if I understood your evidence earlier, you had not yet met with Mr. Nangi?
By then, yes.
By then,
yes.
You had not yet met with him?
Yes.
So you undertook to speak to Mr. Nangi to encourage him to withdraw the charges, to withdraw the complaint, rather?
Yes.
Yes.
But before that, I explained to Mr. Senona before we even went to him that my wife and Mr. Nangi's wife are very close because the kids go to the same school.
Yes.
Yes.
So you subsequently went to speak to Mr. Nangi, and I suppose, and I think you said you don't recall when?
Yes, I don't recall when, yes.
And
so why would you be discussing Mr. Nangi before General Mkhwana's meeting, and in fact, even before you get these documents, why would you be discussing Mr. Nangi with General Senona?
I explained that earlier, Commissioner, that he told me that they wanted help to convince Mr. Nangi to withdraw the charges.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, my question is, for him to speak to you about Mr. Nangi, he must know something about your relationship or your interactions or your dealings with Mr. Nangi, and because otherwise there is no explanation why he even starts the conversation with you about Mr. Nangi and not anyone else in your complex or anyone else down your road. So what is it that gives him an in into discussing Mr. Nangi with you?
He is the one who arrested not him personally, but his team. And then they arrested him in the same estate that I live in. And then he asked me if I know him, because at that day there was a lot of police in that estate. And I told him that I do not know him, but I know my wife knows his wife. So I will ask through my wife, and then I'll go to know Mr. Nangi.
Thank you.
Ms. Hassim, didn't General Senona say when he found out that Mr. Matlala was neighbors with a suspected kidnapper, he wanted to warn Mr. Matlala because he's his friend? Sorry, Mr. Matlala. Wasn't that his evidence?
Yes, that was his evidence. Before we go there, Commissioner Khumalo, I just want clarity in response to the question that Commissioner Baloy asked when you said it was his team that did this arrest. Whose team?
Mr. Senona.
Senona's team. Okay. Commissioner Khumalo, did you have a question about, you can go there. I'm also going to get there at some point, but I'm happy
I think you deal with it, because I just saw the transcript that you were in fact leading that evidence, so I'm going to leave that to you.
I don't have the transcript, that particular reference with me now. Yes. So if you have the reference and wish to go there, that's fine, but either way.
But I'm not sure if you are able to comment, Mr. Matlala, but Mr. General Senona, in his evidence, when we asked him why he shared the Nangi dossier with you, he said because you were close, and he had just found out that a known kidnapper is living in the same complex as you, and he wanted to warn you as his friend about him so that you watch yourself and your kids, I suppose. Do you know anything about that?
And then the documents that he sent me,
Yes.
Yeah.
The complaint with the,
It was not a
remember, it has
warning.
Mr. Nangi's charge sheet, it has his ID numbers, it has the complaint against the 6 policemen who
Oh,
allegedly arrested him or harassed him.
or you saying the documents he sent me because as a warning?
Yes.
I did not know that, Commissioner.
Did he have that discussion with you when he sent you those documents?
No. What I know that he asked me, but obviously I knew that arrest when it happened, the Disney Estate,
Yeah.
I think everybody knew about it. So he asked me, I said, yes, I know him. Obviously the school is the same school as my son and his son. Then I said, yes, through my wife I can ask that. So that's what I know. So
So the only issue he discussed with you in relation to Mr. Nangi was, do you know him? Can you talk to him about the complaint against the other police?
it was about the to withdraw the charges.
Yes,
Yes.
thank you.
And you say that's why he sent you these documents, in your understanding. He sent the documents because he was giving you this information so that you could speak to Mr. Nangi.
Not
To
about
drop
the warning.
Yeah, no, to drop the charge, to drop the complaint against
Yes.
General Mkhwanazi and others. Thank you.
I can't put a different proposition to you, that it wasn't provided to you to request that you to speak to him to withdraw the charges against General Mkhwanazi, but it's to request that he withdraws the charges against General Senona's team.
His team, yes.
Yes,
Whose team?
General Senona's team. If you want to have a look, we were looking at it earlier. It's, oh gosh, this file 2.1.
I think it's this one.
Page 22 and 23. Do you have it?
Yes, I have it.
Okay, so you'll see who the complaint is made against. And on 22, you'll see that it begins with a Durban Metro police officer, and then it has a private individual who works at Vision Tactical, a Yassine Teba, who works at Vision Tactical. And then Yakub Desai, also seems to be somebody who works in the private security industry. And then you've got Captain Enoch, who is with DPCI KZN. And then you've got a constable from SAPS. You've got Colonel Dawood from the anti-kidnapping unit. You have General Mkhwanazi as the provincial police commissioner. And then another Colonel Dina Govender, who is with the DPCI KZN. So you'll see that the provincial Hawks members were involved in this arrest, right? That was General Senona's team.
Okay.
So my proposition to you is that the reason General Senona sent you these more than 200 pages with all of this confidential information is to try to get you to withdraw, to get Mr. Nangi to withdraw the complaint against his team, that it wasn't actually in General Mkhwanazi's interest that he was asking you to do this and sending you the documents, but in his own interests.
Yes, but I wouldn't know that.
Okay, so I thought you mentioned earlier that he spoke about his team that was involved. He
Yes.
didn't say to you.
Yes, but
That's-
he also mentioned General Mkhwanazi.
Okay, but he didn't say to you specifically anything about his team.
No, he mentioned his team, yes, and then he said he's not involved. It's his team and General Mkhwanazi.
Right. So when you met then at the Pearls, remember he sends this to you 10 March, now you meet at the Pearls 15 April. Did you understand from this meeting, because you say you only met then with Mr. Nangi after this meeting, was this an understanding from you to be a quid pro quo for General Mkhwanazi facilitating access to General Nkua for you? So-
Advocate Kasim, I don't understand Latin. What is quid pro quo?
Okay. Was this an exchange for him doing you a favor in relation to General Nkua, that you would then ask Mr. Nangi to drop this?
Yes, I assume that, yes.
You thought it was a quid pro quo, it was a favor, it was an exchange you were doing for General Mkhonazi. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I thought so, yes.
So when you spoke to Mr. Nangi, what did you say to Mr. Nangi?
I explained to him exactly that to withdraw the charges. I told him that General Senona is very close to me, so I asked him to do this because on behalf of General Senona was very concerned about his team. So I was doing this on his behalf, yes, because I did not know General Mkhonazi anyway, so I couldn't say he's my friend or something. So the only person who was close to me was General Senona.
So if I understand correctly, what you said to Mr. Nangi is, General Senona is close to me, my older brother, he's very concerned about his team. Can you drop this complaint?
Yes.
And then what did Mr. Nangi say to you?
I think he gave me 2 or 3 days, and then after he came back, he said to me, he can do it, but his brother-in-law and his other, I don't know whether he's a friend or accused or whatever, they refused to do it. And I told that to General Senona.
Okay, and then you communicated that reluctance to General Senona, isn't that so?
Yes, I did.
And how did you do that?
Say that again?
How did you communicate it to him?
I don't remember whether I called or I saw him, because I saw him a couple of times, like I mentioned, so I don't know whether I called him or we met.
Okay, so in your ad hoc, if I could just jog your memory, it's at page 27. Page 27.
Yes. For now, I can see the
You can see it on the screen.
Yes.
Thank you. All right. Now, it's quite small, and there are no line numbers. So I'm going to try to direct you there. It's about a third of the way up the page. There's an exchange between you and Mr. Arendse. You see that? Advocate Arendse.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And he asked you this question, and let me know if you can find it. He says, then you say you communicated Nangi's reluctance to Lieutenant General Mkhonazi via General Senona. Do you see that?
Yes.
And then you say, can you repeat that? And then he reminds you, in the draft statement, you said you communicated it to General Senona. You see that?
Of course, yes.
And then he asks you, how did you do that? And you say, I called him. And then Advocate Arendse confirms, you called Senona to tell him that you spoke to Nangi, and he was not prepared, and your answer to that is yes. You see that?
Yes, I see that.
Okay, so you called General Senona.
Okay.
Well, it's not for me to say, okay, you agree that you called him.
No, yes, I called, yes, I can see now here from the transcript that I called him.
Okay. Now, when General Senona was here before this commission, he said, and maybe we should go there, it's file 2, page 85. You've got it?
No,
Go
I
don't see
thought
it on
I'll
the
see it on the
screen, so
screen, yeah.
Do you have it?
It's fine. I'll check. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's here. Yeah.
You got it, all right. Okay, so this was when General Senona was testifying before the Commission on the 28th of January 2026. And he says, he contradicts you on this point. He says, I never met with Mr. Matlala to discuss the withdrawal of the case by Mr. Nangi. And even in the calls, when we were talking about the calls, Mr. Matlala never informed me about this. So he is denying that you called him. So is he not being truthful here when he says that?
What I see here is he's saying that he don't have a recollection of that thing happening. He don't recall it. So meaning maybe he might have forgotten that I called him.
No. No, he says this call that it never happened. Let me just find the line. If you look line 20.
Even line 10.
21.
I think, okay, 21.
So the first I took you to where he says, I never met with Mr. Matlala to discuss this Nangi thing. So he denies one, he ever discussed it with you. He denies two, that you called him. And if you look at 21, he says, this call, it never happened with this discussion. It did not happen.
In fact, also says he did not even hear the discussion in the meeting of the 15th of April.
Yeah.
Maybe because he was drinking whiskey, he was a bit tipsy. I don't know. But I see here he's saying, I do not deny that it didn't happen, but I don't really remember it. So I don't know whether he forgot or something, because he was busy with his whiskey there. But anyway, I didn't tell him on the 15th of April. It was after that.
Let me just clarify. So on the 15th of April, what he's saying is you didn't discuss it. That's a separate point from the call.
Okay, on 15th April, he's saying we did not discuss what?
The Nangi issue.
Okay.
But we'll deal with that. But
yes.
My question to you is, he also says that you never called him to tell him the outcome of your conversation with Mr. Nangi.
Can you go to our chats? Maybe we'll check in our chats.
Well, we can go through your chats, but we see quite a number of calls between you and General Senona, but we obviously won't know what you discuss in the calls.
But he asked me for something, and then he's someone that I take as my big brother. There was no way that I would just leave him in the dark. I explained that to him.
Right.
He knows it very well. So
you did call him,
yes,
and you did explain what your conversation was with Mr.
Yes, I did.
Okay. On the 15th of April issue, you said he was drinking whiskey.
Yes.
And can you just explain to us this? Because I don't know, how long was this meeting?
Not more than an hour.
Not more than an hour?
Yes, I'll say yes.
So I don't know.
An hour max, I'll say.
An hour max. So, and when he was drinking whiskey, where was he?
He was not far from that place is small. He was not far from us.
Right. So he was having his whiskey, and he could hear what the conversation was because it was a small place.
It's a very small place, yes.
So he could hear.
If you want to, yeah, you can hear.
Right. And
in fact, on that, but I don't have the right place now. But where we were earlier, on General Mkwanazi's testimony at the ad hoc committee, where you were referred to, even though that part was not read, General Mkwanazi also makes the point you've just made that the space where you were is very small. Even if someone is where the kitchen or kitchenette is and where the dining room area is, where the couches were, he says a person, wherever they were in that space, they were within earshot and they would have heard everything that was being discussed. You confirm that? That's my understanding.
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, and that's fine. Thank you. I'm going to leave that topic. In your conversations with General Senona, we see that you share a lot of information. There's another batch of information that he shared with you I'd like to take you to. And that was around the 13th of April. So if we could just go to file 2. Page 11.
Is it the same file too?
Yeah, oh,
File 2.
yeah, I wanted to find out whether it's 11 below the yellow tab or 11 above that, because there are 2 11s. In fact, there are 2 of everything.
Oh. Yeah, it's after the yellow tab.
After the, all right, thank you.
So that's page 11, and if you see at the bottom of that page, and this is 13 April 2025, there's a document that's sent to you. It's called Annexure SEN3, and then there's another document sent to you at exactly the same time. It's called Memo Biz Traces, and it's Annexure SEN4. And then over the page 12, you'll see another document sent to you, SEN5. And if you look at the timestamps, they all have 1632. They are literally delivered split seconds apart. So you sent them as one batch, these 3 annexures to General Senona, okay? Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Is there anything you want to comment on at this point on these annexures before I go there?
I don't, maybe if you can open them.
That's fine.
I don't know what it is.
That's fine. So SEN3 is at page 17 of that bundle. Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
This looks like a company search for the Senzo and Tembeka Mkhunu Foundation. Do you agree?
Yes, I agree.
And it has the usual information on it when you do a company search. So why did you send this to General Senona?
This thing is forwarded. I received it from someone else, and then he said I must send it to him.
Who did you receive it from?
From a guy called Kelvin. He's a forensic investigator.
What's Calvin's surname?
Rafadi.
Calvin Rafadi sent it to you.
Yes.
And he asked you to send it to General Senona. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, he was applying for a job, so he said he wanted to impress General Senona to show him that there's a couple of things that he's busy investigating, so this was one of them. So it's not, I think it's a couple of things that I've sent to General Senona from Kelvin, yes.
Yeah. So he said that these are things that he's investigating, and he wants to impress General Senona, so he wants you to forward these things to General Senona, to show General Senona what he's busy with.
Yes, yes.
So that would mean that one of the things he was investigating was the Senzo and Tembeka Mkhunu Foundation.
Yes.
All right. SEN4 is at page 22. So, and this is a memo, and it's the subject of the memo is the confidential information concerning the honorable identity of the president. And then he includes information and identity numbers of President Cyril Ramaphosa, something that Mr. Rafadi was investigating.
Yes.
And do you know anything about this investigation?
No, I was just forwarding these things. I don't know anything about them.
Did you have a look at these documents when he sent it?
I'll just forward. I didn't have time to check documents.
So you didn't read it?
No, I didn't.
And then if, there's really one more. SEN 5. It's at page 26. And that is a newspaper article. And it concerns reported corruption in the Rustenburg municipality. So I presume your answer here will be also that this is something that Mr. Rafadi was involved in.
Yes, yeah, I think if you can go to my cell phone, you'll see all of these things are from him. They were just forwarding them.
Okay. So did you read this? You didn't read this either, this
No.
document?
I just forwarded it to Mr. Senona.
Okay. And when you forwarded it to General Senona, what did you say to him?
Every time I forward them, I'll tell him that I'm sending you stuff from Kelvin. But by then he knew that this guy wanted the post. He even applied for the national, because actually he applied for, what is it, to be head of DPCI nationally. But he thought because of he's not from law enforcement, he didn't have that hope that he will get that opportunity. But he thought maybe if General Senona can get it, because if General Senona applied for that, maybe General Senona can squeeze him to the provincial post, maybe.
So you're saying General Senona had applied for the position of the head of the Hawks, national
Yes.
head,
Yes.
and Mr. Rafadi
He also applied also.
also applied for head of the Hawks
Yes.
nationally.
Yes.
But he was not confident of his chances of his application succeeding. So he wanted General Senona to assist him with some other position in the Hawks.
Yes. If he gets that position, maybe he can hire, because of what he's doing, maybe he can hire him somewhere.
Okay. And are you close to Mr. Rafadi?
Yes, I am.
What is your relationship? What's the nature of your relationship?
Mr. Rafali actually is someone that I was supposed to hire in my company, but for forensic investigations. But he was furthering his studies, and then I was also helping him to pay for his studies, so that at least I know that when I hire him, he'll be an asset. But at some point, he was hired by, he was a researcher from UJ, I think it's UJ, or VET, I forgot between the 2 years. But he was a criminal researcher for crime or something there.
Okay.
Yes.
And how did you first meet him?
Calvin.
Yes.
We are from the same. He's from. I know him from long time ago. Maybe more than 25 years, 30 years. I'm long from long time ago.
Okay. And so do you meet him regularly?
Yes, I did.
And do you still meet Mr. Rafadi? Well, not,
Unfortunately, I can't.
Up until your
Maybe
arrest.
in my dreams, I meet him sometimes. Yeah.
Up until your arrest, you had a relationship with
Yes,
him.
yes.
You didn't end at some point.
No, it didn't.
Okay. There's one other issue that arose again in relation to the evidence. I think it was in the ad hoc by General Mkhwanazi, where he says that General Senona said to him that he was involved in some Lesotho project, or there was an interest that you and General Senona had in a project in Lesotho that had to do with security services, and that he was interested in taking up a position in this project or a position in your company, and that he was considering even resigning from the SAPS in order to take up this position. Do you know about this? What's your comment on that?
Yes, I do know about it.
Okay, can you tell us about that?
Yes, it was. I won't say presidential protection because he's prime minister in Lesotho. So I've registered a company in Lesotho for VIP protection for the prime minister. And so I was in negotiations with them to offer security services for the prime minister in Lesotho. VIP, let's just say presidential, same as presidential protection, but because there's a prime minister outside. So that's why General Senona wanted to also come on board.
And what position would he have held if he came on board?
I will choose whatever I want.
Okay. When was this to take place, the project?
The dates are forgot. The dates are forgot.
Did it, do you have the company? Is it up and
The
running?
company have registered it, yes.
Okay. But has General Senona had anything to do with the company since then? I mean, he didn't take, as I understand, he didn't take up this because he decided not to retire and to see
Yes, yeah, that's
see
true.
his service through to the end, and then to take up a position after that. So there's not been any engagement with General Senona and this company, or has there?
Just for clarity, please, can you please repeat that question?
Can you, let me tell you that, let me put it this way. What engagement has General Senona had with this company? Has he done any work for the company? Has he been paid by the company in any way? Has the company provided services to him in any way, benefits to him in any way?
No, he was not even hired. He was considering to, so there was nothing that happened.
Okay, so nothing further to place on
Yes,
the
nothing.
Lesotho
Yes.
company?
No, nothing.
Okay, thank you. Chair, I've noticed it's 4:15. This for me is a convenient time to take a pause, but I haven't reached the end of my questioning of Mr. Matlala. So we will have to return. I ask that Mr. Matlala remains under subpoena and to return on a date to be agreed. We'll have to discuss it with Ms. van den Heever.